Hi, this is Todd Williams, and welcome to a special shortened edition of 60 Minutes. On today's agenda, we have the highly controversial topic, which is only that of the environment. We all know the recent hysteria, which has escalated over. Oh my God! What is that sound? Oh my God! Turn that freaking ticking sound off. I am bugging out right now. What is that sound? Turn it off! Alright, looks like we got that done. As I was saying, we all know the recent hysteria which has escalated over the topic of the environment, but more so over global warming, both in the classroom and anything within a 1,000-mile radius of Al Gore. Today, however, we are going back in time and looking at what got us to where we are today. To find out more about this, we are cutting straight to the chase and sending it out to Randall Weisenberger, reporting live.
I am reporting live, so anyone that wants to head on down here to get on TV is more than welcome to do so. Anyway, during the mid to late 19th century, natural resources were being heavily exploited and waste was at an all-time high. Americans seemingly assumed an endless supply of these resources. Conservationists at the turn of the century were alarmed by the public's attitude towards natural resources and exploitation of them for private gain, and led an outcry for federal supervision of the nation's resources. They were not only concerned about their time, but also called for the preservation of these resources for future generations. President Theodore Wow, there seems to be something going on behind me. I'm all out of breath, so I'm going to send it on to my co-reporter, Melanie.
Wow, what just happened here is beyond my explanation. A man seemingly dropped a wrapper onto the grass, so was attacked before he had time to pick it up. We are trying very hard to get an interview with the victim. Can you please explain what happened?
Oh my God, the world is so cruel. I dropped my freaking water bottle and suddenly I was attacked for no reason. I love the environment and now this is how the world repays me? What is wrong?
It seems as if you were tackled by a conservationist. Can you explain yourself?
Explain myself? For what? I accidentally dropped a bottle. I was not attempting to litter. I am a hardcore supporter of the environment, and let me tell you, if it wasn't for the National Conservation Commission of 1909, we would all be doomed right now. Doomed, I tell you. Doomed! Oh, is that the police? Oh my God, it seems like the world's actually just. They better catch whoever did this to me.
Hey, you down there on the ground. Put your hands behind your back and lay yourself flat on the ground.
Are you talking to me?
Sir, I believe I clearly addressed you now to get flat onto the ground.
You got to be kidding me! Why me?
Stop right there, son.
What started out as a tragedy for the environment seems to have been cleared as justice has been served. Back to you, Randall.
You saw it here first on 60 Minutes. Our police force doing its job in protecting our environment at all costs. Back to you in the studio, Todd.
Wow, that truly is some great footage. That's tremendous. Great job, our team. Great job. I'm not sure if anything left in our broadcast can beat that, but we'll continue on the conversation of conservation during the start of the 20th century after this short commercial break.
Real men of genius. Real men of genius. Today we salute you, Mr. Really, Really, Really Bad Dancer. Arms swinging, knees bending, head bobbing, to no particular rhythm. You're either dancing or you have fleas.
Call me a doctor.
As soon as you hit the dance floor, the taunts begin. Is that all you got, playa? Unfortunately, yes, that's all you got.
Pour it on now.
Who's in the house? Some guy who can't dance. That's who's in the house.
You're a star.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Mr. Happy Feet, because you really put the oogie in boogie.
Mr. Really, Really Bad Dancer.
And we're back. For the final part of our segment, we'll be sending it out to Michaela Bowden, who is live outside of Plymouth Rock. Oh!
Thank you, Todd. We're here reporting live at Plymouth Rock. Earlier, we caught up with the founder of the Teddy Roosevelt Equals the Man organization, Michael Dunster. So what brings you here today, Mr. Dunster?
Being here today made me remember the very people that started our great nation and set it on a road to success to where we are today. However, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Mr. Theodore Roosevelt. I mean, the man was one of our greatest presidents ever. I visit Mount Rushmore at least once a month so I can get a great man's face. He is the reason we even have natural resources in this day and age.
Why do you say so?
Our environment and natural resources were going nowhere, and we neared the start of the 20th century. The turning point in all of this was the assassination of President McKinley, who brought the great Theodore Roosevelt to power. The Roosevelt administration was responsible for the New Lands Act of 1902, which funded irrigation projects from the proceeds of the sales of federal lands in the West, as well as the Inland Waterways Commission of in 1907 to study the relations of rivers, soil, forests, water power, development, and the water transportation. Not to mention the National Conservation Commission of 1909, which focused on the future by creating long-range plans for preserving natural resources. He left the future of our country and environment in his hands, and boy did he make us all proud.
In the rest of the interview, much of the same was said by Mr. Dunster, and he concluded by saying that Theodore Roosevelt is and will always be his #1 hero. After that, he burst into tears. That's all from over here at Plymouth Rock. Back to you, Todd.
Truly is a great story. He really persuaded me into saying that he was really one hell of a character and an environmentalist. What a happy ending it is. They always say that's how the cookie crumbles.
It doesn't even make sense.
That does it for this episode of 60 Minutes. Until next time, I'm Todd Williams. And remember, be a winner and don't litter.
Yo, listen up, here's the story about a little guy that lives in a blue world. And all day and all night and everything he sees is just blue. Like him, inside and outside. Blue his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette. And everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around. Cause he ain't got nobody to listen to.